Every few years, American motorsport fans convince themselves that this is the driver who will finally bring the stars and stripes back to Formula One glory. From Scott Speed to Alexander Rossi, many have tried and failed to become America's next F1 hero. But in the mid-2010s, one young driver from Connecticut seemed to have it all: talent, ambition, and momentum. His name was Santino Ferrucci, and for a moment, many believed he could be the next great American in Formula One. Born in 1998, Santino grew up surrounded by the roar of engines rather than cartoons or playgrounds. From an early age, his world revolved around racing. While other kids chose between cereal brands, Ferrucci was already wearing a helmet and chasing lap times. He dominated junior karting circuits, collecting local and national titles that quickly put him on the international radar. By 2011, he was already connected to McLaren as a development driver, a remarkable feat for a 13-year-old. Even NASCAR legend Tony Stewart once complimented his maturity at such a young age. That early promise, however, would soon collide with reality. Rising through the ranks, at just 14, Santino entered the F2000 Winter Series, scoring points and podiums against older, more experienced drivers. His success continued into the full championship, earning poles and strong results that made European teams take notice. By 2014, he had crossed the Atlantic to compete in the FIA European Formula 3 Championship, the breeding ground for future F1 stars like Charles Leclerc, Esteban Ocon, and George Russell. But Ferrucci's debut season was rough. Despite flashes of speed, he finished a disappointing 19th overall. Still, his age and potential earned him another shot. The following year, his consistency improved. He scored podiums, placed 6th in the Macau Grand Prix, and finished 3rd in New Zealand's Toyota Racing Series, proving that his raw talent could shine on multiple continents. By the end of 2015, Ferrucci was no longer just an American hopeful. He was an international race winner with a real shot at Formula One. In 2016, Santino joined the Dams team in GP3, a feeder series for Formula One. The French team had a history of success, and expectations were high. However, things didn't go as planned. Despite occasional bright spots like a podium at Spa, his season was filled with inconsistency and mistakes. He finished 12th in the standings, far from what many had hoped. Still, his nationality and potential made him appealing to the new Haas F1 team, which was eager to have an American connection. In a surprising move, Gene Haas appointed Ferrucci as the team's development driver, giving him a pathway toward Formula One, at least on paper. Ferrucci's 2017 season was forgettable, but his 2018 campaign in Formula 2, F1's final step, would define his reputation for all the wrong reasons. He joined Trident, paired with teammate Arjun Maini, a respected Indian driver with solid credentials. At first, things looked promising. Both drivers scored points early on, but behind the scenes, tension was building. Maini often complained about feeling unsupported, and it was later discovered that his car had been running at only 60% power. Rumors began swirling: favoritism, politics, and Santino's father allegedly funding parts of the team. Then came Silverstone 2018, the weekend that destroyed Ferrucci's career. After the race ended, during the cool-down lap, Ferrucci inexplicably rammed his own teammate. On purpose, cameras caught it clearly. Maini, furious, told his team, "There's something wrong with his brain. He should be banned." The FIA agreed. They fined Ferrucci $60,000 and suspended him for 4 races. But that wasn't the end. He was also caught texting on his phone while driving the car one-handed during a previous race. Another $6,000 fine followed. Trident immediately fired him and publicly apologized to Maini's family, a move almost unheard of in racing. Haas F1 quietly ended their association as well. In just one weekend, Ferrucci had gone from America's next F1 hope to motorsport's biggest embarrassment. Adding fuel to the fire. Instead of damage control, Ferrucci made things worse. He mocked Maini on social media, responding to news of the ban with childish comments. Earlier that year, he'd also requested permission to race with a Make America Great Again livery, which the FIA rejected, citing bans on political slogans. Fans were outraged, and Ferrucci became a meme in racing communities for his arrogance and recklessness. By the end of 2018, his reputation in Europe was destroyed. No F2 team wanted him. No F1 doors were open. The next big thing had crashed and burned. Reinvention in IndyCar. Most drivers would fade away after such a scandal, but Ferrucci did what few expected. He reinvented himself in IndyCar back in America. Surprisingly, he performed well. He scored top 10 finishes, occasional podiums, and showed flashes of maturity and pace that reminded everyone why he was once so highly rated. For a time, it seemed like he had learned his lesson. No fights, no scandals, just clean racing. Fans began to warm up again. Maybe the kid had grown up, but old habits die hard. Detroit 2024. Chaos returns. During practice at the Detroit 2024 IndyCar weekend, Ferrucci collided with Kyle Kirkwood mid-lap, ruining his competitor's run. Afterward, the two confronted each other in the pit lane, where Ferrucci shoved Kirkwood with both hands. It was an ugly, childish moment, and it didn't end there. When Colton Herta, Kirkwood's teammate, backed him up, Ferrucci made things worse by mocking him, calling Herta Kirkwood's boyfriend, a cringe-worthy insult that reignited backlash across the motorsport world. Social media exploded. Fans criticized his lack of professionalism, while a few defended him as a fiery, old-school racer. Ferrucci issued another apology, but, like many before, it felt hollow and performative. Legacy, a talent lost to ego. Today, Santino Ferrucci's career stands as a cautionary tale. On pure pace, he's quick, sometimes brilliant, but his temper, immaturity, and arrogance have consistently overshadowed his achievements. To some, he's a misunderstood talent who thrives in chaos. To most, he's a reckless driver who never learned from his mistakes. His story is proof that raw talent alone isn't enough. In a sport built on discipline, teamwork, and composure, Ferrucci's self-inflicted chaos became his own worst enemy. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. And perhaps that, more than trophies or titles, is what defines Santino Ferrucci. The video ends by comparing Ferrucci to other notorious racing figures, suggesting that while he's far from the worst, his combination of arrogance and recklessness makes him unforgettable. His downfall isn't just about bad luck, it's about self-sabotage. From F1 dreams to social media meltdowns and IndyCar drama, Ferrucci's career shows how quickly brilliance can turn into disaster when ego takes the wheel.